started. Okay, so let's talk about backups today.
Okay.
So these are the backup types that are supported in SQL Server: full backup, differential backup, and transition log backup. So if you go to the screens and if you right click on any of the databases, go to task and go to backup. So you can see backup types full and differential here. Why don't we get the transactional here? Because maybe it's a recovery model is simple. So as I told you earlier, if the recovery model is simple, then you cannot do log backups, right? So if I again come back to our normal database, we should see three options. So if recovery model is simple, there are no logs that you are maintaining, so you cannot, of course, do a transition log backup also. So you won't see that option there.
Can you repeat it?
Yeah. So I was saying, if the recovery model is simple, we talked about recovery models, right? So
Yeah.
So if the recovery model of a database is simple, for example, let's check this database. So let's see, the recovery model of this database is simple. So simple recovery model means we know we don't want to maintain the transition logs of this database. So if you are not maintaining transition logs, then it means you cannot do the log backup also, because there are no logs, so there is no backup also, right?
Okay.
So if it's a normal one like this, so its recovery model is full. So I see all three options, right? So let's talk about what these backup types are. Full backup, the very popular one. So what it does is, it includes everything that a database has: all objects, all system tables, all data, all transactions that are stored in. So it's kind of complete backup of a database. So if you take a complete backup and then store it on anywhere, so you get everything that was there in your original database: all database objects, all data, all logs, transition logs, and all system tables, whatever were there in that database. So you get complete thing. So if I take a backup of this, for example, so I will get everything that I see here: all tables, views, synonyms, whatever there is, programmability, security, everything will come, right? So
Okay.
full backup, depending upon your size and your requirement, you configure full backups. So normally backups are done either through some external tool, you buy some third-party tool and you use it to do your backups, or you can do backups using SQL Server's native functionality. So SQL Server itself provides backup feature, so you can use that also. So we'll normally set up a job, okay, which will trigger the backups. So all three type of backups will be done through some jobs. So
Okay.
full backup we do depending upon our requirements. If your database is small but critical, then probably you will do a full backup on a daily basis. If it is very heavy, size is really big, you can't afford to do it daily because maybe it takes like 8 hours to complete. So maybe you will do it once in a week, right? So it all depends what windows do you have available with you and what is the size of the database. So depending upon size, the time it takes to complete a backup will vary significantly. Like in my last company, we had a very big database, so sometimes it used to take somewhere around 15 hours to do the backup. It was in terabytes.
Okay.
Okay, so according to size, the duration will vary. So full backup means you have everything. Okay, and one more thing is the transactions that occur during the backup are also recorded. Means when you are doing a backup, let's say it took you 5 hours to complete it. So whatever transactions happen during those 5 hours also, they will be part of your backup. So let's say you started at 10 a.m. You started the full backup at 10 a.m. and then it finished at 2 p.m. So all transactions that happened till 2 p.m. will also be included in the full database backup.
Okay.
Okay. So that's full backup. Differential is, as the name suggests, it takes the backup of the differential only, not the complete database. So it takes differential backup takes the backup of the data that changed since the last full backup. So what it means is, if you took, let's say, full backup at, for example, at 10 a.m., for example. So you did a full at 10, for example. So you have all data till 10 a.m. in this backup. Then you did a differential at, for example, 11 a.m. So how much data it will contain?
1 hour data.
1 hour data, right? So it will have data from here till here, right?
Okay.
What if I do another differential at, let's say, 1 p.m.? How much data it will have?
2 hours.
It will have not 2 hours. It will have all data starting from 10 a.m. actually.
Oh.
Okay.
So differential backup takes backup from the last full backup.
Exactly. So for differential, the base is always the last full backup.
Okay.
Okay. So it means even if I delete this one, I will still have all the data till 1 p.m. right? So this I mean not really need this one actually, right? So when I go for the restore, first I will restore full backup and then I will restore the last differential backup. If I have 10 differential backup, all I care is the last differential backup. If I have to restore till the last point of time when the backup happened. Okay. So if I have to restore data till 1 p.m., I will just restore this one and then this one. That's it. I don't need this one. Clear?
But that the middle one, 11 a.m. one, will that be still available, or it will be replaced with 1 p.m. one?
No. It will not be replaced. It will be another file. It will be another file.
Okay.
I'll just show you when we take backups. They will create different files. So it's up to you. Normally we don't delete it just like that. We just keep it, okay, because okay, maybe I want to keep 2 days backup at least. So for 2 days I won't delete those files.
Makes sense. Yeah.
But it won't be used actually. It will be like all I will use is in case of disaster happens, then I will use last differential. And differentials are of course smaller in size compared to your full database. Let's say my differential is happening twice a day. So of course, it just has the incremental data, so its size is normally smaller than the full backup, and the duration, of course, is very less compared to full backup because it's less data, so they happen quickly. But when I say quickly, it again depends what kind of transitions are happening. So let's say I'm doing it twice a day, but in 12 hours, so many transitions are happening. My systems are really heavily used, so it can again go in several GBs. So it all depends on how much data is coming, how frequently the data is getting inserted. This also differential backup also record transactions that occur during the differential backup process. So let's say it took 2 minutes to do a differential backup. So any transactions that happen during those 2 minutes are also recorded. Okay. So that is differential. Next is transaction log backups. Transaction log backup means the transaction log backup records the changes that have occurred since the previous transaction log backup. It means the base for a transaction log backup is the previous transaction log backup, not the full backup. Okay. So here in the same example, if for example I did a full at, let's say, 10, okay, and then I did a differential, sorry, not differential, I did a transaction log, let's say at 11 a.m. These are done at very high frequency in any companies. I mean, I've seen normally they are done anywhere between like 5 to 15 minutes. Every 5 minutes or every 15 minutes, I'm doing some transition log backup. So practically speaking, it will be somewhere around, let's say, 10:05, for example. So let's say full backup at 10 a.m., then transition log at 10:05 a.m. Next, after 5 minutes, I am doing a transition log backup. So it will have this 5 minutes data, 10 to 10:05. Again, I did a transition log backup at 1010, for example. So how much data it will contain? It will contain data from 10.5 to 10.10. Okay, so this is how it differs from, it will have only this much data, right? So this is not like differential where it will use the full as its base. It will use this as base. This will use this as base, like this. So a chain is maintained actually. So what this means is when you go to restore, you will need all your transition log backups. Okay, you cannot miss, just like differential where I just needed the last one. Here I will need all of them, right? Now, for example, I have to restore up to 10:10 a.m. when my crash happened. So if I deleted accidentally this database, this backup,
Why do you want to restore transactions? You anyway in your last data backup file, it is already there, right?
This one full backup. See, this backup is till 10 a.m. So let's say you took a backup at 10 a.m. but your database crashed at 10:10. So how will you get that 10 minutes data?
With the differential?
I mean, yeah, if you have differential, of course, you can use that also.
Okay.
You can use that also. We use all three actually.
Okay.
We use all three. I will tell you like practically what are the backup strategies that are commonly used by companies.
Okay.
So we need all three actually. In any good company, you will find all three of them. But first, I'm clarifying what these three backups are. So here, I was explaining, what if I delete this one, this 10.05? Will I be able to use this 10.10? No, I will not be able to use it because I need all of them. So the chain, I broke the chain here. So I cannot use this also. So both are wasted. Okay. So it's like a rope hanging from a rooftop actually. So wherever you break, if I break it from here, so I can restore only up to this point.
Makes sense. Okay.
Right. Below one, if there are, let's say 7 backups below that, all 7 are useless then. Because you can reach up to the point where, up to that point where the chain is intact. So wherever you break the chain, after that break, if there are any more backups, they are all useless. Okay. So because I need all of them to restore actually. So if I another one here, so if I deleted this one, this is also useless. This is like 0, nothing. This is also nothing. So as long as you maintain the chain, only then you will be able to use them for restore. Okay. And any transitions, of course, these are happening at a very high frequency, so their small size is usually very small. Okay, and they happen very quickly. And these do not include the transactions. Let's say it took 2 seconds. So whatever transactions happen during those 2 seconds are not included in these backups. Okay, so whenever it starts, it takes backup from that point only, not unlike the previous two where they included the data that happened during that duration also. They include that, but transition doesn't have that. So that is another difference transition log has compared to full and differential. Another interesting thing about transition log backup is, as we discussed in recovery models also, so whenever you take a transition log backup, the log is truncated. Transition log is truncated. It means the space that you occupied in LDF file becomes reusable, right? Like for example, and 10 a.m. we had let's say 1 GB space, and it increased to 1.5 GB till 10:15 a.m. and then you did a log backup at 10:15. So all that 1.5 GB space becomes reusable. So next transitions will use that only. They will not increase. So if you have a full recovery model and you are doing regular log backups, then LDF size will not increase. It will keep going up and down in the same space. Okay. Right? So this we did already discussed in detail. So that log backups will truncate the logs. So the important point to take here is whenever you have full recovery model, you should always do transition log backups.
Okay. Mm.
Okay. Mm, and this I have mentioned you, whenever you start it, from that point only it will keep the those transitions, it will keep in the backup, not the ones that happened during the backup. So they will not be included. And this I have told you, it's incremental rather than differential. It means it just keep increasing from the previous backup. So you must restore in the same sequence. So when I restore, I will have to restore in the same sequence. First I will restore this backup, then this, then this, then this. I have to follow the same sequence when I restore. So this we will see. Okay, so we talked about backups. There are some certain other type of backups. So before going to them, let's actually do these backups and then see these three types. So either you use the UI to do the backups, but normally DBS will use scripts, and for jobs also they will use the scripts. Okay, so this we have already seen, like impact of transition log backup. Whenever you do a transition log backup, log is truncated. So I will directly jump to the backup part. So this is the command to take a backup of database. Backup database name, to disk, and then the path that you give. And then you specify with stats equals to 20. This means show me the progress in chunks of 20%. So it means it will show you 20%, 40, 60, 80, 100, done, like that. So you can make it smaller also, like I want to see progress in chunks of 5%. Because if you don't give it, then you have no clue how long it will take.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, maybe my database is big, it will take 20 minutes. So till 20 minutes, you have no clue how long it will take. So you give it so that you are aware like what is happening. So for example, I take backup of Adventure Works here. And let's say I put it, fine. Dot BAK. BAK is the extension for full backup. Dot BAK. Okay. So whenever you see this file, you should understand it's either a full or a differential backup. Differential also we can give dot BAK. This extension doesn't really matter actually. So you can type ABC also here. Still, it will be good. I mean, it doesn't matter actually. The only point is when you restore it, you will have to manually choose those files. If you have given extension .bak, SQL will understand and will show you those files automatically. So that's the only difference.
Makes sense.
Okay, so let's do this backup and see how it goes. So I'm putting it in dtemp and this folder. So execute it. And you can see here, you see progress is being shown. It's happening in 5% chunks, right?
Yeah.
So I know, like, oh, it's going pretty quickly. So I know it will be done in 5-10 seconds. So it's all done, right? So I can go to D temp, and here is my backup. So it's like some 5 GB. No, not 5 GB. It's 570 MB. So this is how I do it. Same thing I can do with UI also, right? I can right click, task, and I can go to backup, and I choose full, and then here I add the path. So this is same thing. So people find it easy because you just have to click, make some few clicks, and that's it. So this way also you can do. Okay.
So if I want to bring the data from production to dev, can I take the production backup file and load it to dev?
Yes, yes, of course. This is how we do. This is normally how we do. For example, some tester tells like we have got some bug and it will need all live data. So how do you provide? You will do a full backup, copy it to the dev server, and restore it there. Okay. So this is how we do actually. Okay. So this is the process. But for that, normally we don't do full backup. I mean, we do full backup, but there is a special case in that. We call it copy only backup. So I will talk about that. Okay. So of course, you will do a full backup with copy only. So we will talk about copy only. This is how we do full backup. And then if I have to do a log backup, this is how I do a log backup. Instead of backup database this, I say backup log and then name of the database. Now, if the recovery model is simple, then you will get error. It will say you cannot take log backup, right? So you will get error in that case. So this will work fine because, and one important thing about log backup is you can do log backup only when you already have a full backup, because there is no sense of taking a log backup when you don't have a full backup.
Okay.
Right? I mean, if I don't have this one, then there is no point in taking these log backups. Right? So Microsoft prevents that. I mean, if you create a new database and if you just say take log backup, it will not do. It will say there is no full backup that exists. So it doesn't make sense to have log backup. So first it will prompt you to do a full backup, and then only you can do a log backup. So here, like we have done it, we have done a full backup. So now I can happily do my log backup also. So let's do it. 2040. This time I took a progress of 20%.
Okay.
I got it. Fine. So this is how we do a log backup. Now this database is having recovery model of simple. So can I do a log backup of this?
No.
No, it will throw error. So let's try that. Let's say I give it a name. Is not allowed while the recovery model is simple. Right? So of course it's not possible. You don't have any logs. So what backup you are talking about, right? You need to have some logs.
So I think I know answer for this, but I just want to ask, if we have a full backup file, we can store a particular table from that backup file, do we?
No, there is no direct way actually.
Okay.
So that's a pain actually, and that's what I don't like about full backups. If I just need one table, still you will have to restore the full backup and then get it from that.
Okay.
There are some tools, but internally, this is what they will do. They will like again restore everything and then just give you that one table. So
okay.
there is no direct way to get just one table.
Okay.
So this command is just to show you like, okay, when you take a log backup, then your log is truncated. So this we have already seen. So for example, mine is this. So you see, like it's almost empty now. So total size is 280 MB and only 2% is used because I did a log backup. So all the log is truncated now. Almost 278 MB is available for me to use.
Okay.
It's all empty. Right? Now let's talk about differential. How you do differential? Differential is just like full. Backup database name, to disk, this with this. At the end, you just have to mention differential with the with clause, with differential. So if you write it, then it means here, if I just say this will be a differential backup. Okay. So that's it. Okay. So for log, its syntax is slightly different. You have to mention backup log. For differential, you just have to say with differential. Okay. There's one more option, if you noticed, with init or with no init. Okay, so with init means if I take this backup again, let's say, let's talk about full backup. This option, let's check with full backup. With, I say init. Okay, same file. I'm giving the same name which we already did. I already have full backup with this name. So if I again do a full backup, its size was 570 MB. Now let's say I do again a full backup, same file name I use, and I just say init. So what it will do, it will overwrite that file, or what it will do. So let's see that. So that's what init is all about, whether I should overwrite the existing file or I should append the second backup in that file. So, okay. So with init,
so what should we do if we want to see if a backup is in progress or not?
If a backup is in progress or not, like
Yeah, I don't know, like it's a team of DBAs. If I want to see if someone is running a backup on this database or not.
Okay, fine. So this is how you can check. You may note down this command. Let's start from sys.dm exec requests. Okay, it will show me all current requests that are happening on my system. And you can say where there is a column called %complete is not equals to 0. It means show me those transitions that are in the middle. I mean, they are not yet complete. Okay. So for example, if I start this backup and then I run this command, then let's see what do I see. Probably it takes me 10-20 seconds, right, to do this backup.
Yep.
So for example, Suresh ran this command and now Sri wants to check it.
Yeah.
What Suresh is doing. So you go here, you are running this command, I'm running this command. So you want to check like what's going on. So I just run this one, it started, and you ran this one. So you see backup database is going on, right?
Okay.
And you check it, this %complete, it will show you how much percent is done. So if you put this command column in the beginning, just to see it, you see 100% done actually. It's done. It's done actually. So maybe you can run it again, and then see here. You see 9%, 11%, 21, 7, 32. So you now know backup is happening. With the SQL handle, you can get the command also. What command is being run? Which backup is happening? Right. So and you can see it. Who is doing it? From where you can check the SP ID of this. SP ID is 52. So from sys.sys processes, you can find what is 52. From which machine it is coming. From which login it is coming. When it started. So you can find everything, right?
Yeah.
So this is how you know. Now it is done, gone. So I did these backups many times. I used the option init. So what it did, you see the size is this 569. It means it's overwriting it every time. I just did it at 818. So you see the last file time is 818. So it means all previous full backups are overwritten. The file is being overwritten actually. What if I say with no init? No init
not
means,
overwritten.
Yeah, don't overwrite it. So what it will do?
It will create a new file.
No. It will append this backup inside this. You see size became double. Instead of 560 MB, it became now 11 something. 11.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, I mean, one file will have multiple backups actually now. Okay.
Okay.
So in one single file, you are storing a lot of backups now.
Yep.
So when you restore, how does it know which one to restore? Okay. So you have to tell it actually. There is an option with file equals to this. Then you have to tell, oh, I have 3 files, so I want to restore file 1 or file 2 or file 3. It means one file has multiple files actually. So if I go and I say restore, we'll talk about restore, of course. So when I'm going to restore, and if I choose the same file which has 2 backups in it, right? So if I go to this, dtemp, which one we did? We just did AdventureWorks, right? AdventureWorks 2012.bak, this one. If I say OK, is this the correct one? No. It should show me 2 actually. Position 2. It's showing me second one. I was expecting 2 lines here actually. Did we pick the right one? AdventureWorks 2012.bak. Yeah. It's just showing me position 2, but not showing me the one. Position 1 also I wanted to see actually. I wanted to see both so that I can pick which one I want to restore. So, yeah, it's showing me last backup taken. Let's say 26. Now it's showing position 1. I wanted to see both actually. That's not coming in the timeline. I'll check that actually. We should see both actually. If I just choose the last backup taken, then it's showing me only the last one. Otherwise, it will show me all actually. We can see like, okay, there are three of them are there. So which one I want to restore? So you can choose that. So one file can have multiple backups depending upon what setting I choose. So normally we don't prefer to having multiple backups in the same file. So one file should have only one backup.
Okay.
So we use with init. Okay, no init is not that popular, but of course you can use if you want. So these are the 3 backups: full, differential, and transaction log. Any questions on these? I mean, any doubts?
No.
Okay, so you know what is with stats and what is with init. And okay, now probably I see you are feeling sleepy, I think, so we'll just wrap it.
Okay.
Okay, I'll just ask you this question. I have so many backups. Fine. I did so many backups. So I did a full backup here. Okay. I did a log backup. Then I did another differential backup. Then I did another log backup. Okay. So if I have these backups, let's talk about only these 4.
Okay.
Okay. So if I have to restore them, in what sequence I will restore them?
First full backup, then differential backup, then transactional backup.
Yeah. So I really don't need this one, right?
Yeah.
I don't need this. So I will restore this first, then the differential, then the last log. Right? Because this log is not required. Why? Because this differential already has all the data that was there in this log. So all I need is this and then this. So we'll talk about one more backup type tomorrow, copy only backup. So then probably this entire sequence will be clear to you. Okay.
Okay.
So let's talk about that tomorrow. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, then see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow, same time.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. See you, sir. Bye.
Bye.